Okay guys, welcome to a DCP video. I tried making this video once already and I forgot to hit the record button, so I'm going to try to streamline everything I said in the last 20-minute video. This should be fun. So, let's go ahead and roll the title. So, this video is about the college program, and I guess the title said that. But this video is going to be a little bit of a departure from a lot of the other DCP videos you see out there on the internet. I hope it is. I'm trying to aim towards a different view of this video. This whole video will be about lightning fast talks, kind of brief 20-minute videos, 10-20-minute videos at most, just to keep the editing down. And I'm all about user feedback, so at the end of each video, I'm going to leave a question for you guys that you can answer in the description below or in the comment section. And if you guys ask a great question, I will be sure to try to answer it. And if I can't answer it, I will ask somebody else that can answer it, and I will give you guys the answer you want. So, without any questions, let's get started. So, the first question that... the first thing a lot of people talk about on their DCP videos is about what they did or what they're doing, why they do it, or whatever. Instead of why I want to do the program, let's talk about why I did the program. So, I did so it was the Spring Advantage 2015 to Fall 2015. So I went from February 2nd to like January 5th. That was my program length. I was there for almost the entire year. Almost an entire year, minus about 20 or 30 days. So I've seen the entire Disney parks at Magic Kingdom from start to finish of the year. So that gives me a lot of play with what these videos can be about. So let's go ahead and talk about what I did there, and not why and what, but yeah. So going back to why I did things before I go into the next one. Why I went the last time, honestly, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I just wanted to go because it was on the internet. I saw it on Facebook one day, and I saw it on YouTube. I was like, I really want to do this. And so I did. I applied and didn't get in the first time, didn't get in the second time, and then, 3 times a charm, I guess, and boom, now I can, then I went to the program just because I could. It wasn't really about, my love of Disney World, parks, that's all there. I used to go to the parks every year as a kid, from about 1998? 1998. Or, no, 1997, so I was about 3 years old-ish. That dates how old I am, I think. I'd say, 98 is when I got there, because I do remember that 2000 and the word Epcot on the Epcot Bowl, if you remember that. Cool, I'll put a picture in this video. Like that, alright, so, yeah. So I remember that as a kid. Now, that, like I said, that predates everything I talk about. So I've been to Disney World a lot. I haven't been to Disneyland a lot. I did live in California as a kid, but I didn't go to Anaheim that often, let's be honest. Which is weird because even as a kid, I'd still go to Disney World. Don't ask why. Just, I did. I don't know. And so Disney World used to be like an everyday occurrence. Well, not every day. Like every year we would go as a family and we, whatever. So, so my adventures at Disneyland start in 96, 97. 97, 98. So in those 4 years. Well, I'll say 97 just for all intents and purpose. So, yeah, it starts there. I stopped going like in 2000, I think 2002 or 3 was like the last time I went as a kid, and then I went in 2008, 2010, 2014, or 13, nope, I think it was 2013. Yeah, 2013 I went with my dad, because my parents divorced when I was like a kid, so that was the first time I went with my dad in like a long time. And then in 2000, 12 or 13. No, wait. No, I think it was 2013 because I was still working at the zoo. So it was 2013 when I went last time. 2014 I applied to the college program. First. Like, late 2013. Didn't get in. 2014, like February, March, I applied for the spring and the fall program. Didn't get in. I waited till 2014 fall, applied again. Then I got in. Ah, see, third time's a charm. Then I ended up doing the 2015 program the entire year and then came home. So that is my Disney history up until then. So a lot of times I'll talk about on this video series about things that existed in the park at one point. Like, I'm a huge Disney history nerd. So if I make references to like Horizon, the ride, some people might get that, I hope. Or not, doesn't matter. But yeah, so throughout these videos I'll talk about stuff like that. But anyways, going back to the main topic at hand. By the way, I will get sidetracked a lot, so just bear with me. So that was the main reason I went to Disney. I did the college program. The second reason is because it just looked cool. I mean, who else out there besides the thousands of alumni in this program already that said, "Hey, I worked at Disney World for like 4 to 6 months to a year." Besides people that actually worked there, not very many. And it's such a competitive program right now. I don't know. I honestly have no clue if I'll get in or not in the next program because it's so competitive now. When I went to do my program, I think out of like the 5,000 people or whatever the number was they accepted, I think everyone showed up to housing. Like, everyone showed up. They expected a lot of people not to show up, but everyone did, and it became a big, huge problem. So I do remember that. And that was then, and this is now. So, times have changed in the program. So, yeah. So, yeah, going and we'll have a so counter on this. Let's get back to what we were talking about. I'm trying not to say so. See? So, anyways, so, going back to what I was talking about. Now, with the college program, I did all that. The second thing a lot of people talk about is application process. I'm not going to cover that too much in this series. I'll actually probably make an actual video dedicated to that. This is just a first day video, kind of an explanation video. So we won't talk about applications too much. I'll just say the basics. If you don't know the application process already, you'll have the application drop, which will be in August or something. Early to mid-August, maybe. Mine was in early August. So you have the application drop, then you'll have your actual online application, you'll have a web-based interview, and then a phone interview. And then if you get through all that stuff and you look really cool, they will send you an awesome letter, which I didn't get, because for some reason they didn't send me a letter, but they sent me an email. So I have a feeling that my letter got lost in the postal service system somewhere. But anyways, so you will get an email at least, and when you do, you can do your happy dance in front of everybody wherever you are. Trust me, I did at a gas station. So, and you shouldn't be using your phone at a gas station, by the way, but we're not going to get into that. But yeah, I got mine at a gas station, I did a happy dance. Anyways, so that's how the application process works. Housing, if you have no clue about housing, there are 3 or 4 apartment complexes. There's Chatham, Patterson, Commons, and Vista. From my experience, Patterson Court right now is still the old people's retirement home kind of, because not a lot's going on. I mean, it's not in a bad way. They're nice apartments, but it is the newest as far as I know. It's okay. It's kind of expensive. Chatham Square is kind of that middle end kind of thing. It's nice. I lived there, so I have nothing against it. But I unfortunately live next to the big field where they do all the big events like the parties and the graduations and stuff. So if it was evening and I had to go to sleep to wake up at 5 in the morning to get to work, yeah, it was really very impractical. But when they did have welcoming parties, I was already there, so I didn't have to walk or go from like different apartment complexes to get there. So it worked out pretty well. The Commons, I have nothing too good or bad to say about them. I went into one person's apartment once, like to have dinner with them, and that was it. And honestly, from what I remember, I don't think they even had a washer and dryer in their room. I think their washer and dryer were broken, but supposedly they have them in there, and you know, some people say they do, and I'll go ahead and probably say sure. I don't know because I never lived there. I can talk about Chatham, but not about any other apartments. And Vista, I think I went to Vista once for a CPR class, and that was about it. And also to pick up my roommate who was drunk, and his car broke down. Thank God his car was broken, because if he was driving, that would have been like a bad situation. But anyways, I was, you know, that's like the only other time I went there. So those are the reasons, or those are the things with the housing. I'm gonna make a whole video about that. Leave a comment in the comments if you want to hear about those things, because I got plenty of stories about housing and stuff. Cars, bring a car or a bus. I'm gonna leave that up to you. The upside of a bus is you don't have to have a car, because you don't necessarily need one. If you live far enough away, if you live close enough, I'd bring a car. I mean, some people bring a car from My roommate lived in California. He and his girlfriend brought a car from California to Orlando. So I'm not saying you can't do it. Just, you know, if you want to, just do what you want to do. I can't tell you how to do or not. I personally think a car is pretty practical. In there are some downsides of having a car, and I'll make a video on that later. But like I said, just if you want to bring a car, bring a car. If you want to take a bus, take a bus. If you have a car, you can take a bus, and if you don't have a car, make a friend who owns a car. And you know, you have everything's there. I would say about half of the college, half of the CPs probably have a car. So if you are carless and you need a friend, go knock on your neighbor. Maybe your roommate has one. I know people that, my neighbors were all Australian and none of them had a car, and we were like the only people on our floor that had cars. So we got knocked on our doors a lot, saying, hey, I need to go to Walmart. Can you get me there? Worked out pretty well for us. I mean, you know, made pretty good friends on my floor because I had a car. So if you do have a car, that might be, you know, a way to get out there and meet people. And it's a weird way and kind of shallow, but, you know, the point is, it is out there. I recommend it. So that is it on this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope I wasn't too boring, because I tend to be boring when I talk, I think. So let me know in the description below if you liked it, if you disliked it. Hit the like button, hit the dislike button if you hate me and you think that I am the biggest Goomba in the universe. You guys know the deal with YouTube. So hope you guys enjoyed the video again. The next video I'll be doing is about probably the application process more in depth. But like I said, it's all dependent on your comments. So thanks guys. Have a great time.